everybody, welcome back to another video. I'm Purple Elf Gaming here, and today we're playing some more Bloons Adventure Time Tower Defense because, for the second time now, when I wanted to play Cookie Run Kingdom, their servers were shut down. Yeah, whatever, at least they'll compensate me with the gems and things to all of us, and play more of it later. I'm sure we'll do a double upload or something like that, back to back of it, but for now, we're here in we're here in Bloons Adventure Time Tower Defense because of that. So, I didn't have anything planned, so I sort of had to think of something on the spot. So, I actually do think I came up with a pretty decent idea. Basically, I'm choosing underused towers. Not underused in the sense that they should be used more, simply underused in that they're not used very much. And I picked 4 of these towers. I was tempted to do 5 because, ignoring the 3 premium, there's 15 characters and you can have 10 in a party, and I'm like, well, I should do 5, because then ignoring premiums, once again, there's 5 that don't get used. But honestly, the reason that this didn't end up happening is Max and Sai, I feel like, are very interchangeable, and there's just some interchangeability. So basically, towers I chose are C4 Charlie, who I think most of us can agree is underrated. Juggernaut Max, pretty sure he's underrated. Or not underrated, but underused. Captain Cassie, and Ice King. This is not a definitive list. This is for me, and what I think is generally the idea. Some may use Ice King instead of Mouseland, some may use Captain Cassie instead of Commander Cassie, Juggernaut Max instead of someone else. So, for each of you, this may be different. Some of you might use these towers more than others. Some of you might be like, oh my god, C4 Charlie, what are you talking about? I use him all the time. So this is mostly just for me, but I figured this is probably true for at least some of you as well. So the map, I didn't think about that. Candy Dungeon, because we did it before and failed with the Melee Towers Challenge. We have 4 towers now. They're not necessarily great towers, but they're still 4 towers. They have max trinkets and things. It's fortified. It's a long map. Hopefully we'll be fine. If we lose this is going to be really disappointing, but we really shouldn't lose this. Because it really is quite a long map. There is no water, but we do have Lady Unicorn, so that should be fine. It's going to be my solution to that whole issue. I think I'm going to start with, should we put them in the loop here? I feel like this is probably the best place for everyone. So, Juggernaut Max, and then I think I'm going to go into C4 Charlie as our second tower. I really just want to place them all first, then we'll actually see about upgrading them and stuff like that afterwards. So I'm not sure if this is true. I don't actually have the upgrade because he's not level 7. I'm working on it, okay? Ultra Buff Juggernaut Max and Sam, they're gonna happen, but I'm having bad luck with their items, so it's taking a little while than I would have liked, or a little while longer than I would have liked. But apparently his level 7 thing, the rollback, I literally don't even see the upgrade. I think it's Keep Rolling. I think it's that one. No, it's this. Spiky Chaos, spins around wildly. Wait, no, it's Keep Rolling that you were talking about. One of you guys said that it does 120 damage. I'm not sure if that was a mistype, like a typo or something, and you meant to say 12. But if it actually, 2 more abs. If it actually does do that much damage, then maybe he's underused instead of just, or underrated instead of just underused. Yeah, definitely possible. Honestly, most of these towers could definitely just be underused. I definitely feel like Captain Cassie could be really powerful. If this thing about Max is true, Juggernaut Max, he's insanely powerful. C4 Charlie, maybe. He might be better than, like, Finn or Jake, maybe. I don't know. I just feel like there's not always a use for them. More often than not, there isn't a use for these towers. Though, I mean, at least they didn't make any tower, like, completely useless. Every tower has its purpose. Every tower is good at certain things and can be used quite well. But some are definitely just used more often because you have your support, and support is insanely good in this game, which is why Finn, Jake, Mouseland, towers like that are really good. I'm sure maybe some people really hit on Sam, but the Phoenix one is just way too broken for someone to actually dislike using Sam. Like, honestly, if Phoenix one didn't exist, Sam probably wouldn't be used. I'm sure some people put Phoenix one on Flame Princess, but like, if Phoenix one did not exist, Sam would definitely not be in people's parties. But Phoenix one exists, so Sam is instead insanely broken as a support tower, and so is Finn with Finn, and Jake and Marceline have their instruments, and it adds up with a lot of really useful towers. Oh, you can't actually place something there because of the log or whatever. Did I really just do that? I hate that you can do that in this game. You can, please don't say it, of course. In this game, if you didn't know, with Lady Unicorn, you can place her underneath towers. And it's really annoying, because then you cannot sell Lady Unicorn unless you sell all of the towers on Lady Unicorn. But that involves, you know, selling all the towers on top of her when you don't actually have. You can just place Lady Unicorn under them for no good reason. I'm sure it has its uses, but especially in these cases when these are towers that can be placed here normally. Just why? Why is this a thing? It doesn't happen all that often. It doesn't. It really doesn't. But when it happens, it's just so incredibly annoying. And there's honestly just no good reason for it. Like, no good reason whatsoever. I'm even going to place them back on here, or in this area, because why not? I have nothing against being able to place these towers on them, but why can you place it underneath towers? Or if you can, fine, but why? I don't know. One of those things has to be changed, because it's really annoying. Either make it so if you sell Lady Unicorn, and there's towers that can stay there, don't, like, just let you sell her. Like, in BT6 or whatever, if you sell the tower that's giving them land or whatever, like Carrier Flagship, it just straight up sells the tower. Why can't it be like that in this game too? Why not? Why does it have to make things more complicated? There's no good reason for it, but whatever. No good reason for it, regardless. It's in the game. But it's definitely irritating, and I'm not going to get over this fact. If it hasn't happened to you, if it has happened to you, let me know. Was it annoying? I bet you it was. I really do. One thing I'm actually curious, definitely for a video in the future, if I actually get responses. Each of you guys, let me know. What is in your opinion, what is the worst tower in the game? I'm going to say excluding premiums, but I mean, they're the premium towers. If they're the worst in your eyes, I think you have to relook at some other towers. But what is the worst tower in this game? Let me know, because I think it would be fun to do something either with the worst one, or like the worst two, or something like that. It could be fun to look into, so let me know. In my opinion, if I had to pick the worst tower, currently, I don't know, maybe this is just a rash decision. I'd probably say C4 Charlie. C4 Charlie, maybe? I don't know. I kind of want to see Marceline, but the instrument weapons, they're too useful for support and stuff. That even though the tower themselves isn't good, the buff is so helpful, and it's not like she isn't useful, and for me, it's probably either Marceline or Juggernaut Max. Juggernaut Max is just not a good tower. Like, he's just, in terms of damage and stuff like that wise, he's not that useful, but it's hard to know. If you're ignoring trinkets and things, he definitely wouldn't be the worst. But I'm looking at this general, like, at my stage of the game, endgame and stuff, he's just not that good. There's always someone better that you'd rather be using or should be using instead. And he just doesn't he doesn't hold up long term. But I don't know. Keep rolling. It's supposed 125 something damage to Moral Class Bloons. If it happens, well, once again, I'm gonna have to change my mind on that. But let me know, because potential video ideas for the future. I'd probably end up doing that, something like that. Because, I mean, ideas, they would be pretty cool. I mean, I could also do the best tower. So let me know, too, in your comment. Make it too long thing. Worst tower and best tower. Please, I was going to say please clarify which, but if I can't tell which, then that's just a bad sign. I mean, still, probably a good idea to clarify, especially if you think, like, Juggernaut Max or something like that's the best tower, because I obviously just said I didn't. Yeah, I guess, make sure. Right, we have snowballs, that's cool. A little slight bonus in Juggernaut Max's favor is its elemental powers. But that's one thing in Sam, too. Her firepower is insanely good. At least, compared to her ice power. Her ice power is lame. Ice power for Juggernaut Max is pretty good, but ice power for Sam is really just lame compared to Wall of Fire. Because the fire beam is way better, but then she also gets to summon a Wall of Fire. And I know I just called it the Wall of Fire, but I mean, that's the main thing you get. Her beam gets fire. I'm sure it does something cool with that. Mostly, I think it just gains lead pot power. And then, Wall of Fire. What? Do I need to say more? Wall of Fire is a very interesting and very, very cool. How has your day been so far today? Mine has been pretty good. Just recently, not like really just recently, right before recording this video, I made oatmeal raisin cookies. They're very, very good. If you do not like oatmeal raisin cookies, first off, have you had oatmeal raisin cookies? Because I feel like a lot of people, if you've never had them, you will say you don't like them just because it's like, oh, it's oatmeal raisin cookies. I meant to dislike those, right? And maybe, like, I know some people are like, oh, it's a healthy cookie, so it can't be good, or I don't know. Some people think like that, whatever. If no one here does, then I guess pointless in me saying that. But some people think that way. Also, for C4 Charlie, definitely go with Mauler because I want the assassin ability because, honestly, I don't know why. Just because. It's not all that great, but I want it anyways. It does pretty good damage, and if there actually is a fortified bad balloon, it'll be pretty useful. But yeah, I made oatmeal raisin cookies, super delicious. I had one fresh from the oven, and they're so good. Because it happens with most food, less so with raisins, but like, it's just, it like melts in your mouth when it's a warm, like freshly baked cookie. Super good. If I made you hungry, then I'm sorry, but trust me, they're just so delicious. If you don't like them, feel free to let me know. I mean, obviously I just said I do like them. To tell you the truth though, I didn't. So going back on what I was saying about, never had them, so they must suck. What would it have been? A year and a half ago? 2 years ago? Not all that long ago, at least that I remember. It's more than likely that I've had them before that, but I just didn't remember. But to my memory, I only had them for the first time like 2 or so years ago, and it was really, really good. I was expecting, because, you know, it's an oatmeal raisin cookie, I was like, I won't like this. This is gonna, maybe it'll be like, okay, good enough to eat, but I won't actually like it. And then I had it, and I'm like, this is super duper duper delicious. Can I have 5 more? I don't think I actually had 5 more, but I may have had close because they're really, really good cookies. Super easy to make too, if you, I don't know, want an easy cookie to make. Unless, I guess, you don't have raisins or oats or whatever. I mean, obviously, they still require cookie ingredients, but pretty easy to make as far as cookies go. So, feel free to look up a recipe or something like that, or just try your own. I recommend, well, no, that wouldn't be very smart. If you want to, go ahead, make up a random recipe. If you actually know enough about baking, I'm sure you could do that pretty easily, but still, probably not the best idea. But yeah, super delicious, super good, and they smell so incredible. Like, honestly, that's probably the best part about baking and that stuff, is just food smells so good. Like, so incredibly good. Pancakes, muffins, cookies, all of those, obviously most of those are baked goods and that stuff, but even non-baked good things, like if you make chocolates or something like that, it's like, it just smells so ridiculously good. And if you disagree, can you smell? Because if you can smell, then I have a feeling you need to fix your smelling, because why not? I don't know. I'm sure some people would disagree for legitimate reasons, not the reason of their nose is broken. Though it's definitely possible that some people would disagree simply because their nose just doesn't work properly. But anyways, that was just a little bit random. Mentioning about my recently discovered love of oatmeal raisin cookies. Don't really have much more else to say about that. That was sort of the end of that topic. Ice King here, he's the last one left for us to upgrade. Nearing the end, he does not have Arrow of Ice because I forgot. I took it off last time. I knew I was gonna regret it because this is what happens. I take it off, and then like multiple challenges go by where I should have put it back in, and I just forget about it. I don't know how big of a deal it actually is, but still, just disappointing. Also, can I just say it's a little irritating. It's not just in this game, it's in BF6 and that stuff too. But why did they never make it so strong targets fortify its over regular? In case you didn't know, strong is a targeting option. Let's monkey or tower or whatever target the strongest balloon. But they don't, like, they just ignore fortified and that stuff into their consideration. They're like, this bad balloon has 20,000 health. This bad balloon has 40,000 health. Ooh, but that 20,000 health bad balloon, it's 0.01 centimeters farther ahead. So, I'm gonna shoot that one. And it doesn't make sense to me, because they're targeting strong. Fortified CMG. Okay, let's blow it up. But no, this is suggesting that it'll probably be a fortified bad balloon. Also, what is with that shadow at the end of that ZMG? That's not just me, right? Where it's like tail or whatever. It's a weird like black thing glitching. Or at least it looks like it's glitching. I don't know, but that's very suspicious to me. I can't tell. Does the one that bounced up and down the track, does it look like it's doing 120 damage? I can tell you one thing, I think he got like 8,000 pops on that. But I don't know. I don't know. That was pretty good. A little nervous because I think that means there is almost for sure a fortified bad balloon. But I mean, we have some strong abilities. We will probably have a decent amount of money saved up since this is going to be the last upgrade. Maybe we'll just be able to make it through alright. Maybe. And if we don't, then we're doomed. Seriously doomed. I wonder if I doubt it, but if the Moab Assassin ability, for whatever reason when buying it, has no cooldowns, then that would be super duper duper useful because buying me still. I doubt it though, because I think they specifically had issues with that, and that's why they start with cooldowns. Though I don't know, some don't, so maybe not. I think it was actually the Moab or map app, whatever you want to call it. The exploding pineapple thing, it's like MOAP. I don't know what it actually stands for, and I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm gonna call them Moab, even though I know that's wrong. And I forgot that thing had Pierce. That's really strong, Ice King Ice. Level 7 Ice King. I know I put him in my list of these 4 towers that I'm like aren't very good and don't get used very much, but it's definitely, whenever I use him, I do always have to admire that it's a really nice slow, because it has Pierce, which is a really rare thing, and super powerful, obviously. But yeah, not much more else to say about that. I hope your day's been going well. I think I already said this, but I do hope you are doing something fun today, or have done something fun today. I believe not this weekend, but next weekend is Family Day weekend, so that's nice. Spend time with family if you can, in whatever way, shape, or form. Or if you can't, it might just be an extra weekend, a little more time to relax. Do something nice, maybe have a nap. Naps are always a good idea. Play a board game, watch TV, you know, binge 12 hours of my channel. Anything works, anything works. No suggestions here. But, I don't know, Family Days weekend will be nice, I'm sure. Do we want to... Yeah, let's blow it up. Okay, but this is still looking a little nerve-wracking, so I'm gonna boost everyone's attack speed too, and we're good. Yeah, I'm a little nervous. I feel like we should be able to win this, and I'm gonna be pretty upset if we lose. But I don't know if we're gonna be able to do it. I could always do the thing I do sometimes and be like, hey, we should be allowed to use Pirate Crew because it's part of Cassie. Though really, they do, like, literally nothing. Or I could be like, hey, just for the reasons of it, Gunter, my friend, you can come out here. No, not yet. Go back to your cage, Gunter. Does he actually sleep in a cage? I feel like I remember in Adventure Time once seeing him, like, not in a cage, but, like, it depends. I remember both him being acted, like, as Ice King's, like, baby, like, precious baby, taken super good care of, and sometimes him, like, his slave just, like, sleeps in a dungeon or, like, this tiny crevice in a wall. I don't know. Too dark for you. That's not very good DDT pop power, my friends. There was a fortified DDT, though, so, I mean, the worst that will ever happen is 2 of those, so if we can deal with 1 with no abilities, we'll probably fine for the others. But I don't know. Looking at this, I have a feeling my prediction is $13,000 going into round 75. I think we will have $13,000. If we don't, then we don't. Okay, use abilities because there are more DTs, and yeah. Okay, now I'm really confused. His Ice Arrow was freezing the DTs and the ZMG. He shoots it up though, right? Or does he shoot it like forward then up? Because I swear, like almost when he shot it, it was like it hit the balloon in front of him, and then the balloon he was actually targeting. Weird. Weird. We have 2 horns, by the way, in case you're wondering, the war horns or whatever. So we should have basically permanent uptime for that stuff. Yeah, sure, let's one-shot a fortified ZMG. This round isn't that bad, I don't think. 73 will be bad, so want to make sure we have our one-shots and things ready for that. So I don't know, another 2 fortified ZMGs. Might one-shot one, probably not. I'd rather save these abilities for round 73, if doable. It may not be, but if it is. Yeah, I don't know, I'm still a little nervous. Lots of fortified balloons. Fortified balloons are not something to be messed with, not at all. BFBs, no problem. ZMGs will be, well, more of a problem. Because they're still not popped, because obviously we're only dealing damage with Ice King's move and stuff, so it makes sense that they're not popped yet. Let's just use a Warhorn, that's it. With 1 Warhorn, that's probably good enough. I mean, if it looks like we're gonna die or something, I'll use something else. We're good though, right? Fortified BFBs, we're fine? Yeah, we're fine, okay. On to 73. DDTs, do not kill me. I'll be really annoyed if you kill me. Ability, to start off with that. That should be good enough for the first one. Is it? Just barely. Okay, cool, we're good. And a one-shot one of the fortified ZMGs. Then this is an easier version of last round, so we should be perfectly fine. And then we can just wait and, I guess, have all our abilities ready for round 75. Also, how close am I going to be? I predicted 13,000 going into 75. We're going to have way more money than that, because I just realized that this isn't round 74, this is round 73. I forgot about that. Whatever, doesn't matter too much. We will keep on going nonetheless, keep on going through, standing strong. Fortified ZMG shouldn't be anything to worry about. I'm saying this a lot, but I'm honestly a little nervous. By the way, what do you guys think about yesterday's video? I thought that was really interesting. I did like that. But I love how I ended up, I'm like, okay, video done, and then I'm like, well, you know what? I might as well just wait off another minute or 2. Maybe I can make it to round 25, get that bonus motion gems, because I really don't play the motion games as much as I should, and, you know, eventually saying for the fact that I've been playing this game for nearly a year and I'm barely over halfway to getting a motion games premium character. The one of you guys actually mentioned something that I could totally see myself doing. It's a normal bad balloon. both disappointing and good in the sense that we're a lot less likely to just straight up die. But they're probably gonna die to the TDTs, honestly. That's the biggest nerve. That's the most worrisome possibility. But, what was I thinking? Right, I love how it ended up going into that. It was pretty interesting to see. Obviously, I had, like, lots of money on me, so probably could have done better. Also, money count, a little bit off, just a smidge. We have $16,000 instead. Okay, I activated this too early. I'm really nervous about the DTs. Those are what's gonna kill us. Warhorn again, deal with the DTs, and then we're good. You didn't deal with the DTs. This is the test. Does placing him and getting his... Okay, what's the cheapest way to get this? We really don't need much. We need this. That was such a waste. We need long range. Okay, we wasted some money there. Does the ability start off? Okay, it starts off. Get ready for me to do some serious micro here. Also, did that ability actually get used? I did not see. I think it did. Sell. Buy. Yeah, this is the first time I've actually really done micro like this, because I didn't know it was actually a thing you could really do. But this ability is now, I know I said this really sucked, I'm considering it an underrated thing, because this is pretty strong. What do we think? One more? I think I'm actually going to hold off, because, and actually buy our upgrades now, because here's the thing. The thing that has to be kept in mind, in my part. The Ice King's still doing damage, so that's a little important. We're actually going to go for this path now, because I feel like now that we're not dealing with that, or not dealing with the bad balloon insides, or whatever, this should be better. So technically, it's not, like, fully dead. 20%, I believe, is the final phase, but it's less than that, plus it's been dealing damage thanks to Ice King. I feel like we can probably get away with this. Gonna activate Warhorn. Wait a second. Wait a second longer. Wait a second. I'm actually waiting for the DTs. Waiting for it to pop. Ability, everything ability spam. DTs are dealt with. DMGs won't be a problem. We're fine. A little bit of micro is all it takes. And hey, now you know, C4 Charlie, one more use. He can be very good bad balloon damage if you do micro. So that's nice. Plus it means I didn't actually have to cheat, and I didn't even have to use the continue money, which is nice. And you know, one more chest with giving us idols. I want items. I want sand potions or bananas to feed my max, so I can do the video that I know you guys want, which is the ultra buff thing again. But unfortunately, they take a while to do sometimes, and there isn't much I can do about it. But I don't know. We have to wait and see. We'll probably be doing some more Cookie Run Kingdom soon, because to make up with lack of upload today. Though we'll see. If you guys have some really good suggestions for Bloons Bench Time Tower Defense, may do those instead. But if you're looking for an update, Cosmic Essence is going towards Juggernaut Max. 36 out of 75 with the Cosmic Essence. We're 39 away. We're only 12 away on Sam. But that's really up to chance. We could have that ready for tomorrow or like Saturday. It's hard to know. Might be the next Bloons Bench Time Tower Defense video. It depends. We'll see. But anyways, please consider giving the video a like if you enjoyed. Subscribing to join the Purple Elephant Squad. It makes my day. It's super nice and I really do appreciate it. Have a wonderful Thursday. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye!